Melbourne and North Melbourne, Carlton and Essendon, and the clash between Collingwood and Richmond, and that's where we go first up tonight. What a thriller it turned out to be. And while Essendon and Hawthorn may be the modern-day heavyweights of the VFL, clashes between old rivals Collingwood and Richmond have always had crowd appeal, and this afternoon was indeed no exception. Today's game at Victoria Park had to be won by Collingwood if they were to stay in touch with the five, as even before this afternoon's outing, they still found themselves 6 points outside the top bracket. Last week against the Swans in Sydney, the Woods did everything right. Brian Taylor booted a record 12 goals and the side kicked a record score. But if they lost this afternoon, their hopes of appearing in the finals would all but disappear. In the last 14 Victoria Park matches, the Magpies have a 9-5 record against the Tigers, and tonight we pick up our replay at that ground at the start of the final quarter. Collingwood leading by 3 points. Our commentators Sandy Roberts, Bob Skilton.
And so Collingwood go into the final term here at their home ground, Victoria Park, leading by 3 points. But it's Richmond who are coming home with what breeze there is. Can the Magpies withstand the challenge? Socket off the ground, taken by Egan of Richmond. Hurriedly onto the right foot, he goes up towards half forward. Pickering the target, fisted away by Morwood. Landy lost sight of it, Shaw didn't. Back to Morwood is good football. They're out of trouble. Here goes Richardson setting it up for Mullane. He steadies on the outer side of the ground to half forward, and a great mark taken in that position by Witts. 15 metres, and Witts an opportunity of sending them even further forward. An interchange player, a young man who's forced his way into this Collingwood side this season.
He got quite a surprise, I understand, Sandy, how quick he came in. 1 minute with old Melburnians, the next minute with Collingwood.
He's lightning. Well, let's see if he can cover himself with glory in the opening minutes of this term. Look at that ball sitting in the breeze, down towards full forward. Jep fisted across the line, and a throw in to take place.
So it's an indication of the breeze, Sandy. Is it blowing right across the ground? And from the throw-in, Taylor gets the ball down. Egan overruns it. Coming wide, it's picked up by Tim Jep. Jep forces it down where Pickering leads in the race for the ball. Off the boot there. That was out of bounds on the full, I thought. The boundary umpire doesn't think so, and he's the man that matters. So it's a throw-in. Jess gets the tap. Francis picks it up. Gets a quick kick in towards the centre. Rioli held when not in possession. Then gets a push. And so Maurice Rioli will take the free kick. But an excellent first half. A little quieter in the third term. Rioli towards half forward. Over the back it comes. Ania with the lead. Gets a favourable bounce. Swings back into trouble. Breaks the tackle by Rains. Hand passes to McKenna. McKenna from directly in front wobbles the ball forward, offline, and it bounces through for 1 point. 1 point by Michael McKenna. There he is running across, head guard prominent. McKeon, the kick dropping short. Foley punches the ball away, tapped on by Mullane, tapped down by Barling. Francis coming through as Hell were not in possession. Rioli tackled too high, and once again the Wizard will take the free kick. So Maurice Rioli gives the hand pass to Jep. And Jep, I wouldn't have done it because Jep not a good kick, Rioli a lovely kick, and Jep's kick going straight to the opposition in Greg Phillips, who now brings it out to Abernathy. Two South Australians combining, and Abernathy from half-back flank puts it over the centre wing. Jess up high, can't quite take the mark, it comes through the back. The racehorse, Ricky Barham, hand passes over to Collins. Collins from the pocket, swings it, but not far enough, and 1 point comes on the board, kicked by Darren Collins. So it's as it was at three-quarter time. That's a 3-point margin in favour of Collingwood.
Strawn to bring the ball back into play for the Tigers. He's had a wonderful duel with Brian Taylor. Taylor has played some marvellous, unselfish football, figuring in a number of goals and contributing a couple himself. To the outer side of the ground, Jep, well tackled, loses it. Mullane, short to half forward, but effective. And Smith takes the mark. Greg Smith, 1 goal to his credit. That was kicked in the third term. And Collingwood, desperate to increase their lead at the 4-minute mark of this final term, realising a place in the 5 could hang on the result of this game. And knowing that they're kicking into this breeze, although it's starting to drift across the ground, it's still possibly favouring the end of which Richmond is kicking. 1 point only. 72 plays 68. Favouring the Magpies. To the outer side of the ground again goes Strawn. Sikaski, a good mark. On the half-back line, looking to put Richmond down towards their attacking zone. Foley was the target, unable to find him. Close to the boundary line, kept in play. Receiving it was Phillips. Back towards Sikaski again. This time he can't take the mark. Bottled up on all fours. Jess goes in. Witts is there as well. And the umpires come in and said, I'll give it to Richmond.
I don't think the Collingwood fans agree with it, Sandy.
A bounce will now take place. Played on, got the handball away. Tim Jepp comes away with a wry smile on his face. And the Ghost can do nothing about it. So a bounce or a ball up. Signalled. Jess beaten. Paul hurriedly gathers little distance. The umpire calling play on. Jess to ground once again, but the ball is held. Collingwood fans not liking it. And another bounce.
Proper decision though, Sandy, just having no chance to get rid of that ball. And once again, Smith will throw the ball up. Manson gets the tap down. Driven out of the danger zone by Jepp. It's tapped on. Foley's hand pass was smothered, but a free kick has been found. And it'll go to Richmond's Tommy Creben. And so Creben on centre wing. Favours the drop punt towards half forward. Foley from behind, no chance of marking from there with Greg Phillips in front of him. And Foley very fortunate that Phillips didn't take the mark. Normally Greg Phillips would hold that one. But this time we see a push in the back going the way of Collingwood against Foley. And Wes Fellows will come out of it with the free kick. Fellows thought about going across the ground. Now it floats it in towards the centre. Punched away by Poole. Williams coming through. The pack forms and the bounce will take place in the centre of the ground. 72 to 68. 4 points to margin in favour of Collingwood. 7 minutes into the final term here at VFL Park.
A very tight last quarter. Tapped over the back. Jess took his eye off the ball. And Collingwood, through the agency of Witts, will go forward again. The left foot drop punt. Taylor comes steaming out. Can't complete the mark. Jeff is there for Richmond in defence. Gets the handball out wide towards James. Runs his full distance, then goes long across centre wing. Rioli is loose there. Sneaking away from Williams. Short in towards half forward. Foley takes the mark. Plays on straight away. Bomber James run all the way down. Spears out the pass and it's a shocker. And Greg Smith comes away for Collingwood. Oh, the pressure's really on. Banks, short, and towards the boundary line. Sensibly so. And a throw in to take place at centre wing.
Yes, well, James did everything right there. Started at the back line, came right down the ground, but then kicked straight to the opposition. Barling took it, couldn't get it clear. Ania gives it out wide, but it goes to the opposition. Abernathy, can he keep it in play? No, he cannot. Over the boundary line on the full. And so the kick will be taken by his opposite number, and that'll be John Ania. No, they're allowing Rawlings to take the kick, and Rawlings now looks for Foley. Can't take the mark. Phillips is there for Collingwood. Hand passes towards boundary line. Collins doesn't try and keep it in play, and so a throw in to take place. Centre wing, members side of the ground.
Who are you tipping, Bobby? Still
anybody's game at the moment. I'll stick with Collingwood, but it's anybody's game, Sandy.
Throw in. Smith. Hurried kick in towards the centre. McKenna. Rioli. Dodges, weaves and twists his way. Now bounces his way across half forward. Still going. Long into Waitman. This is dangerous. Waitman to Roach. Has kicked 7. He's caught. Holding the ball. Great tackle by Morwood.
Good tackle. I actually did think he hand passed it into Morwood, really. But nonetheless, it's a free kick. It's Phillips now after taking it from Morwood, and a good mark to Manson. So real pressure on at the moment as Manson looks for Sumner. Sumner doesn't take the mark, but will get the free kick anyway. Puts himself and Shaw under all sorts of pressure. And, well, you can't give a player experience. And Tony Shaw, I think, should have said to Gordon, kick, please.
I think Tony's got that on his buttons. Nevertheless, here's the bounce. Great pressure on both sides. Fellows tried to take it out of the air, couldn't do so. Shaw, he's a great try, through again, and eventually reigns towards the boundary line in no uncertain fashion. Another throw-in. Collingwood leading by 4 points. Going to be nip and tuck right throughout this last term. It's just who is going to get that vital break, perhaps the lucky break. Kevin Smith has just signalled a free kick to Richmond. Jeff Rains is not at all impressed. Poole takes it onto McKenna, gets away, steadies towards the centre of the ground. Smith and Waitman at the back. Pickering with him, Mark Williams. It's the latter who wins out. Short to Greg Phillips. Phillips steadying things down for Collingwood. Long. Manson and Jess. Over the top, Barham. Shaw. Jepp now. A chance to clear. Towards Foley. Back to Egan. Running through centre wing. All players getting tired. Roach coming out. Can't take the mark. Who's waiting down? The sun getting in players' eyes. Williams and Pickering go in strongly. Rioli comes out with it. Roach will be in the square. He's got it. He's got it. Pickering down behind play, but the action's with Roach. He's booted 7. This will give Richmond the lead in the 12th minute of this final term. And what a game of football. Roach going for number 8. And he's got it. 8 goals to the Richmond spearhead. And the Tigers hit the front. 11-8 plays 11-6 on 7's big lead.
These are the magnificent new Series 3 Bluebirds. They're packed with luxury features and a new, more efficient 2-litre engine. This month, you can drive home in a brand new Bluebird for just $10,990. Oh, we don't need these. That's because there's no extra costs. Your Nissan dealer is including all on-road costs. This is a once-only price of $10,990 for the Bluebird GL4 Speed. Come alive, come and drive Nissan.
This remote control has a place in tomorrow's TV.
It's right here in this National Portable.
Make the change to TV Star. Australia's youngest star, little Chloe, talks exclusively about her real mum and dad. The scandalous Madonna reveals all in TV Star. Find your perfect Zodiac lover. Linda and Raquel are in an amazing love feud. Showbiz security man reveals top secrets about Prince and other pop stars. Read how an incredible film stunt went wrong. Get our big bonus kids holiday puzzle section. TV Star has 8 days of programs for 80 cents, a super pop star poster of Katrina and the Waves, plus more videos to be won. So make the change to TV Star.
This is Australia's finest gallery, and alongside it, Australia's most exciting theatre. This is Victoria, the centre of the arts in Australia. It's the home of the Australian ballet and the birthplace of alternative theatre. The arts are alive and flourishing throughout Victoria. And because Victoria is so compact, the best of the arts are within your reach. Plan your Victorian holiday with this free planner from Victor.
Tonight, following 7's big lead, Quincy meets his match. A relationship of mutual trust is destroyed in Knots Landing. Plus, there's a plan to execute Richard, and a long-lost husband returns in Falcon Crest. A great night's entertainment on 7.
A very high bounce. Fellows gets the tap. An awkward bounce that time for Manson. Egan comes out with it. Hand passes wide. Poole got an awkward bounce, but trapped it beautifully. A long kick from Poole down towards the forward pocket. Smith coming across. Rioli taps it over the top. It's taken away from Rioli. Williams leaves it. Shane Morwood picks it up. Hand passes quickly to Smith. Smith drives the ball long, up towards the wing. Barham up high, couldn't quite take the mark. Egan comes in, snares it for the Tigers, goes with a short pass and finds Anea. John Anea, just near the point of the centre square. Puts it long, down of the pocket. Roach in the front position, takes the mark. Good play, Roach. He had 3 Collingwood players there, and Roach with 8 goals on the board. I think Skinny Titus's 10 is the most that any Richmond full forward has kicked against Collingwood.
Yes, and if my memory serves me correctly, it was 1942, Robert.
Was it a good game, Sandy?
It was a great game.
Michael Roach, 8 goals to his credit. Still 8, he's missed this one, and so he puts his first point on the board. And so Titus's record might well be safe.
Nakia to bring the ball back into play. Short to Phillips. He in turn towards Tony Shaw, but he won't get there in time. And over the line for a throw-in. Richmond leading by 3 points. In a game that's been close and tight all day. It's been a game of traditional rivals, and they've played it exactly in that fashion. Shaw. High, Jess the spoiler, waiting down Jep. Quickly boot the ball in towards the middle. Poole held whilst not in possession. The umpire letting play go on, sensibly so too. Jep again, out to Egan. He's clear, short, too high, however, for Foley on that occasion. Phillips playing well. The long handball is good to Mullane. Mullane steadies, putting Collingwood down towards Jeff Rains. Manson is there, and probably through talking could have left it for Rains because he's a little more fleet on the feet.
No, they did the right thing, Sandy. It's always better to let the player in front take it, and Rains did just that, but unfortunately Manson missed the mark. Tapped down by Barley, intercepted by Richardson. Thought about the hand pass, now gives it long, puts Banks under all sorts of pressure. Tackled, comes back, Richardson recovered well to come in, got it out to Williams. Williams puts a long kick down. Touched by Strawn, it runs towards the goal and forced through by Strawn. One rush point to Collingwood. So it's Collingwood 73, Richmond 75 as Strawn comes back into play. Puts it wide, Egan there, takes the nice mark. Mark free kick, whatever you like. So it's Philip Egan. Nobody on the mark, but he hasn't noticed that at the moment. Now Wicks comes across. So Egan not quite thinking quickly enough on that occasion. Wobbles the ball in towards the centre, straight onto the chest of Mark Williams.
And Williams to put Collingwood into attack. He's getting calls from everywhere. Goes to the right half forward flank. Fellows was the target. Poole is infringed and will take the free kick. Waste no time. Looks to get the handball away. Effectively so to Barling. Barling has done a good job. Down towards Roach. Can't complete the mark. Rioli waiting down. Gets away from one tackle. 2. Handball to Waitman. Steadies. Dummies. Another one across to Francis. Fires at goal, but off target and 1 point only.
When it comes to your insurance, there's a name you need to know. They're safe and sure and they care for you more than the SIO.
I've been insured with SIO for years. Not long ago I had an accident, a bad one. The car was a writer. Boy, was I glad I had an SIO agreed value policy. Instead of just getting market value, which could have been a much lower figure, I got back the full sum insured from SIO with no hassles. So if you have an accident, big or small, it's great to know with SIO, you'll be well looked after.
Victorian Gold, Victoria's Gold, and the SIO.
They're okay.
Ships from Rome to Paris would really be embarrassed if all the world could have a trip like ours. We've got a red, 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 red rooster. Yes, we've got a red, 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 red rooster. You'll know with just one look, we've got the world's best chook.
Australia, your chicken is ready.
We've got a red, 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 red rooster.
Introducing the car of the year. The Mitsubishi Nimbus. It's unlike any car you've ever seen.
With dozens of different seating combinations, it has the versatility of a van, the extra space of a wagon, and the convenience of a bus. Add to this the performance of a sedan, and you get a car so advanced, it's not just one car, but 4 cars in one. Nimbus, the car of the year from Mitsubishi, car maker of the year.
Now, back with the action. Abernethy to the outer side of the ground. It was a good kick and it was equally good mark too. In front, Fellows. Quickly on towards centre wing. Collingwood wanting a goal and wanting it fast. Manson to half forward. Williams plucked it off the top. Barham saying, give it across this half forward line. Witts is there as well. He's in front. Can't take the mark. Who's going to be waiting down? No one able to pick the ball up at the moment. Collins is dribbling it almost into the centre. He was held and he was not in possession, and he'll take the free kick. Well, he persisted. Just kept working away with the football. Morwood has got it. And a chance for Collingwood to hit the front. They trail by 3 points. Morwood has yet to score a goal. We're in the 18th minute. Certainly not a high-scoring quarter. A game of defences, a game of great pressure, and a great game of football. Morwood, 30 metres out. 1 goal will see them in front, and he put it right across the face of goal, and would you believe, out of bounds on the full. Still, the margin 3 points.
Strawn going the wrong side of the point post there, and then now being told by the umpire he must come back. And this time Strawn elects to go for the kick. Egan up high, couldn't take the mark. Raines trying to force his way through. He's tackled, loses it, but the umpire deciding that he'll bounce the ball across the half-forward line for Collingwood. 73 to 76, 18.5 minutes into the final term here at Victoria Park. Barling gets the tap down, taken by Rawlings. Rawlings puts it wide. Williams out in front of Rioli, gets an awkward bounce. He gets good support though from Abernethy. Kick dropping short. Collins came over the top, tapped on by Tony Shaw, taken by Richardson. His short kick comes out and the hand pass comes from Witts across to Morwood. Can Morwood make amends? He does! Collingwood in front. Shane Morwood kicks his first goal and Collingwood go to a 3-point lead.
In the 20th minute of the final quarter here at Victoria Park, Collingwood 12-7, Richmond 11-10. Morwood off target sadly only 60 seconds ago, but bang on target on that occasion. Here's the centre bounce into the 20th minute from the middle. Can Richmond reply? Barling gets caught beautifully with the football by Raines. Here's an opportunity for Witts to send Collingwood forward. Where's Taylor? Where's Fellows? No one there at the moment, and it will be Strawn who'll clear for the Tigers. Out wide. Mullane could be first to it, but no, it will tumble ahead and go over the line, the outer side of the ground, centre wing area here at Victoria Park. Collingwood fans not moving. They lead by 3 points. An opportunity to go forward once again, but no. Rioli intercepts. And the free kick, in fact, will go the way of Waitman. He was the one charging the ball forward. Now to Rawlings. Steadies. Where's Roach? In front. Can't take the mark. Collingwood defence under plenty of pressure. It will be Abernethy who'll clear. Past Barham. Finds Mullane. Will probably get the handball across to Barham. No, he says, I'll kick it and I'll kick it long. But Paul is there and he takes a good mark at centre wing. 20.5 minutes gone. There won't be a lot of time on in this quarter because there haven't been a lot of goals kicked to the Richmond half-forward zone. The umpire calls play on, but then when no one's able to get it away, another bounce to take place, and it is Collingwood leading by 3 points.
As it was at three-quarter time, Sandy, both sides have only managed 1 goal. In fact, 1 goal, 3 have been kicked by both teams. Williams tries to get it away, does so to Smith. His kick floats forward. Egan punches the ball away from Collingwood. They race after it. Shane Morwood first on the scene. Gets a quick hand pass into Witts. Witts does likewise. Greg Smith takes it across to Collins. Collins sees Taylor, puts it wide for Taylor, right under the chest, and Taylor takes the mark. Good play by Collingwood from half back right up the ground to Taylor, who has 2 goals to his credit, and he has the chance of putting Collingwood 9 points in front. A vital kick between Nick and Tuck right through Brian Taylor. 20 metres out from goal. The kick from Taylor, no mistake. 3 goals to Brian Taylor, and Collingwood lead by 9 points. Great pass by little Darren Collins, but good play by Witts, Smith and co. Williams, I think, was in it too, to get the ball from half-back up to Brian Taylor for his 3rd goal. 13-7 to 11-10. 85 to 96. Just on 22.5 minutes into the quarter. So still about 6 or 7 minutes of play left. Richmond kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. So they have the capabilities of adding a couple of goals. But Collingwood hanging on and playing well at the moment. Barling got the tap, goes after it, puts it down. Pickering in the front position, can't quite gain possession. Still after it, under pressure. Williams comes out with the ball, swings it up towards the forward centre wing, and it's taken by Egan. Philip Egan, midway between centre wing and centre of the ground. A long kick from Egan. Pickering has paid the mark to Pickering. Barham not very happy, indicating he thought he punched it away, but umpire Kevin Smith deeming that Pickering held the ball for long enough. So from directly in front, 35 metres out from goal, Michael Pickering. Can he bring the margin to only 3 points? The kick from Pickering swings wide, and it's 8 points the margin between the sides, with that point by Michael Pickering. Ron McEwen will bring the ball back into play for Collingwood. A lovely kick from McEwen. Williams up, couldn't take the mark. Poole held when not in possession, and Trevor Poole will take the kick for the Tigers. Poole, not far from the point of the centre square. Puts it long, looking for Roach. Roach in the front position, punched away by Manson. Dennis Banks first on the scene. The hand pass to Rains. Rains puts it wide, looking for and finding Barham, who hand passes over the top. James shepherding for Poole. A hand pass over the top, finds Jepp. Jepp now for the Tigers. Puts it down, looking for Roach. Roach gets pushed in the back, called on by the umpire. Manson took the mark in towards the centre, straight to the opposition, and Tim Barling. Barling now swings it wide. Sarkarski's there for Richmond. 2-3 grabs, called play on by the umpire. Witts comes out with the ball. He loses it, so too does Anea, and a bounce will take place across the half-forward line for Richmond. We're approaching time on. 85 to 77. 8 points the margin as the Collingwood skipper comes across. Into time on. Manson. Beaten for it by Foley. The hand pass accepted there by Rawlings. Pickering couldn't get the ball down. Tapped away by Phillips. Kicked off the ground by McKeon. Inexperience showing as McKeon should have taken it first and then put boot to ball. But kicking the moving ball in the air, and Barry Rawlings will take the free kick. I doubt very much whether Rawlings will kick a goal from here. It would be a magnificent kick if he did. But we do know that the former Richmond skipper and ex-Hawthorn star can kick the ball when he gets onto it. Rawlings puts it right up to the square. Pickering up, Williams up, it comes to ground. Pickering's there, and it's forced through, rushed through by McEwen for 1 point to Richmond. So another rush point, and it's 85 to 78, 7 points as Abernathy plays on from full-back. A lovely kick now from Abernathy, out wide, punched away by Crevin. Coming in as Williams. Williams hand passes. Jepp comes in, takes it, but it's over the boundary line, and the throwing to take place on the Richmond half-forward line. Nearly 26.5 minutes gone. Foley up. Phillips gets the tap. Tony Shaw, a hand pass to Williams. Williams floats the kick in towards the centre. Jess couldn't take the mark. Shane Maud, the hand pass to Fellows. Fellows drives the ball long. Strawn comes out in the front position. Can't take it. Try to kick it off the ground. Phillips is there. So too Strawn. Strawn dives in and a pack forms. A bounce will take place. Collingwood do not mind the bounce because with a 7-point lead, Bobby Rose indicating what is required down there, pointing out onto the ground. Barling gets the tap, intercepted by Shane Morwood, hooked over the shoulder, down towards the forward pocket. Jess stumps it wide, over the boundary line it runs. Collingwood will be quite happy to see it there as the clock is ticking away. 27 minutes gone, 7 points to margin in favour of Collingwood. Fellows takes it, the hand pass taken by Francis. He got it out towards Ania. Ania got a push in the back. Jepp comes in. His hand pass smothered. Comes back to Waitman. Waitman kicks it into his teammate. It's picked up now and by Witts. Can't get the ball clear though, and a bounce will take place. Half forward, centre half forward in fact for Collingwood. Crevens coming away. Smith saying well done to Witts from the bounce. It will not be a long quarter of football as goals have been hard to come by. Francis picks it up for Richmond, puts it in towards the centre, knocked on there by James. Foley coming out, Phillips is there, gets one in the back, and Phillips will take his time, I'm sure, to go back and kick the ball long. Phillips would know that the quarter, now he goes short and wide. Sumner's there for Collingwood. Now Sumner's kick, dropping short. Williams can't quite take the mark. Coming in, but not getting the ball clear was James. Creben and Williams force a bounce to take place. 28 minutes have gone. Richmond finding it hard to get the ball forward. Collingwood holding a 7-point lead. Foley, a tap over the top. Sumner puts it towards half forward. James is there for Richmond, can't take the mark. He gets good support from Jeff, who's played a superb game, but it goes straight to the opposition, and Rains puts it across the ground, looking for Shane Morwood. Can't take the mark, could easily have been a free kick. Francis gets the ball out of the danger zone. A long hand pass intercepted by Rains. This time Rains should go long, straight towards goal. The long kick is offline, but it won't worry Collingwood. 8 points to margin now in favour of Collingwood. 86 to 78 as Creben coming around the boundary line, replaced by Landy. Strawn puts the ball back into play. Collingwood almost taking the mark through Banks. He's playing the ball forward. There's the siren. Collingwood running out winners. 13-8, 86. Richmond 11-12, 78.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan BFL Premiership season.
In a very close game right throughout the afternoon, with Collingwood finally running out the winners by 8 points in the stats, fairly evenly divided. Collingwood on top in the freeze, the handball and hit-outs, and Richmond having more kicks, marks and shots at goal. In the goals this afternoon for Collingwood, Rains and Taylor were their main contributors with 3 apiece, and for Richmond, Michael Roach finishing up with 5 goals. I think he might have kicked more than that, actually. According to my stats, it was 8. Landy 3, Pickering 3 and Waitman 3. Our reporter at Victoria Park this afternoon was Peter Donegan.
The mood in the Collingwood rooms following the match was one of relief more than elation. It was a result that could have gone either way for the entire second half, and the Magpies, knowing that their finals chances depended on a win, found that little extra under pressure. Rover Tony Shaw was one of the men who helped overcome the Tiger onslaught.
We knew there was going to be a battle on our hands. First half, we just didn't go in hard enough, and I think just before half-time it was changing around, and after half-time I think we showed our true fighting spirit.
You looked as though you were really in trouble there halfway through the second quarter when they got a good break on you.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty windy conditions, so probably a couple of goals was a good lead, but like I said, the boys come in at half-time, and we knew we just weren't attacking the ball hard enough, and the first game we played against them this year, that's what happened. They ran right over us, so we were determined to come out and try and be first to the ball and be in front, and it just turned around. Then I think at three-quarter time we were 3 points up, and we knew our finals really depended on this game, so the boys were really fired up to win it.
Coach Bobby Rose was pleased to get the 4 points, but found plenty to criticise about the Magpies' performance.
Well, it was a tough game. I don't believe it was a good tough game. I thought we made far too many mistakes for us to classify it as a good win. You're correct about the fact that it's a grand final for us. Every Saturday is a grand final, and I'm sure that made the difference. but I was very, very disappointed with our performance.
What are the points that you'll be looking to rectify then after today's win?
More confidence in attacking the ball, better use of the ball, and trying to eliminate some of the very, very bad mistakes that were made. Playing on when we were under pressure, or the guy was receiving the ball, he was under pressure. There are a lot of areas that I thought we were down in today.
Well, if you got the 4 points, there must have been some good points come out of the match. What were they?
Our refusal to give in. It's happened all the year. We just keep fighting, and that's a tremendous plus for us. And I do congratulate the fellas on the fact that they just kept going when things didn't look too bright, and that won us the points.
Peter Donegan speaking to Collingwood coach Bob Rose. And let's check those goal kickers and get them right. Roach did kick 8 goals and singles to Landy, Pickering and Waitman today at Victoria Park for Richmond. We'll take a break. Back with more of Sevens Big League after this.
Coming up, NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks remembers the magic of Darrel Baldock on Sevens Big League.
Here are tonight's Stats 2 results, just drawn under government supervision.
It's not just a better-looking picture. Deluxe series are better-looking sets. See?
What makes Holden Astra so special? Not just that it costs so little to run, it's a hatch full of special features. Stylish seats, a 4-speaker hi-fi sound system, and it parks like a dream. Even the steering wheel is adjustable, and there are other unexpected luxuries. Holden Astra is so easy to drive. 5-speed economy, independent suspension, remote control means you don't have to leave your seat, and see what it can carry. Holden Astra, if you prefer something special.
The Yanks would send their hot dogs for a walk.
You take a walk!
The Chinese would really do their noodles. The Italians would forgetti their spaghetti.
Mamma mia!
The Austrians would give away their strudel. You'd find the Poms all cashing in their chips.
Hello, hello!
And pizza just another name for tower. Chefs from Rome to Paris would really be embarrassed if all the world could have a choco like ours. We've got a red rooster. We've got a red rooster. You'll know with just one look, we've got the world's best chook.
Australia, your chicken is ready.
We've got a red rooster. We've got a red rooster.
This is the most famous stretch of turf in Australia, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And here at Flemington, they run the race that stops the nation. Victoria has the most exciting sporting events in Australia, and it welcomes spectators and participants alike. And because Victoria is so compact, the best of Australia's sport is within your reach. Plan your Victorian holiday with this free planner from Victor.
Welcome back to Sevens Big League, and right now we check the leading goal kickers after round 17. Simon Beasley on top with 74 goals, but now after Roach kicked 8 this afternoon, there's only one, the difference. Brian Taylor, a further 3 this afternoon after 12 at the SCG last Sunday, and that was, of course, a VFL record for that ground. Tony Lockett, 6 this afternoon for 65 to be level with Taylor. Bernie Quinlan, only 3 this afternoon against the Hawks. Now, footy bet, if you're having a punt on the football this afternoon, Hawthorn selection 10, $5.10, Footscray selection 5, $8.35, Carlton selection 9, a very handsome dividend, $21.50, Collingwood selection 2, $9.40, North Melbourne selection 1, $16 even, and Geelong selection 4, $8.35. The footy double this afternoon, North Melbourne and Geelong 1 and 4, $143.15. And the footy quad, Hawthorn, Footscray, Carlton and Collingwood 4 to 3 and 1, $1,491.70. A regular and very popular feature each and every Saturday night during Sevens Big League for season 1985 is NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. Let's up now to Sandy Roberts and find out what he has for us this week.
Thank you, Peter, and welcome once again to NEC's Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. This year we go back to a year that is considered by St Kilda supporters the greatest ever. Of course, it can only be one, 1966. A number of top Tasmanian footballers have come over and played so well in the VFL, but possibly none better than our special guest tonight. He was the best and fairest of the St Kilda Football Club in 3 years, 1962, 63 and 65. He was captain from 1963 through until 1968, and he was the leading goal kicker in 1962, 63, 64 and 65. He was affectionately known as the Doc. So tonight, let's relive some of the great highlights of the career of Darrel Baldock.
Forward pocket, Cooper's a chance here. Silvani, Cooper to Baldock. There it is. Up towards centre-half forward where Potter goes for it. Baldock also beating them all down on the ground. Oh, look at that beautiful fork. His kick, look.
Here sends it towards Oakley. Oakley kicks up towards centre-half forward. Baldock is running in with the flow of play and takes a good mark.
And didn't that take some courage?
Over centre-half forward. Baldock is leading out for it. Baldock goes up one hand, pulls it in with the other, gets it across to McMaster-Smith, who's been quiet in this quarter. McMaster-Smith drives up towards the forward pocket. A chance for Collingwood to clear here. Down the Baldock, he's running into an open goal. He kicks. It's there.
Morrow and McGrath go for it, both number 8s. North Melbourne hit in towards
There's a go, Baldock!
Baldock, left-footed.
Along the ground when Baldock's coming in to try and make a good hole. Picks up his open. Try, beautiful football. Looks for Rollins, and Ian Rollins marked in a forward pocket. He's playing on straight away. Baldock's come up, accepted a hand pass, running into the goal mouth now. He kicks, and it's a goal. He kicks it down here to Minot. Minot can't do it. Comes over to Mr. Magic. Mr. Magic's running into an open goal. Ball bouncing round the goal area now. Picked up by Baldock. He gets a goal. Driving down towards Baldock. Out flies Matthews. Couldn't hold it. Baldock picks up. Trying to break out of the pack. He's clear now into a left foot. He steps for goal. Another one. Throws it over to Baldock. And Baldock's done it again. He's a free kick. It's Mutter. Wins at the ball.
Darrell break away to Baldock. Baldock gets a long kick in towards the full forward area. Dietrich is there. He shepherds.
There's a chance for players to get out of trouble. It's Baldock now. Baldock swings around. Baldock sets himself. He drives goal. Once I tell you what, it looks pretty good from here. Finds St Kilda going into attack. Here's a chance for Darrel Baldock. Baldock into an open goal. He kicks. Towards Stewart at centre-half forward. Stewart, a glorious hand pass to Baldock. Baldock into an open goal. Good football.
Hit down, but it's smothered away. Seems to be all Richmond down on the ground. Mackenzie in there. Baldock gets it. Turns onto the right foot. Shoots at goal. It looks good.
Isn't it great to see the Doc, Darrel Baldock, in action once again, and what a champion he was, not only for the St Kilda Football Club but also for the VFL. Well, Darrel's sporting interests haven't been confined purely to football. He's now over in Tasmania, a successful horse owner and breeder, and who knows, if that success follows on, we may well see him back here in Melbourne come the first Tuesday in 1 November in the not too distant future. We'll have more great highlights of days gone by next week in NEC's Fantastic Footy Flashbacks.
Throughout season 85, all letters will go into our Fantastic Footy Flashbacks barrel and be eligible to win one of 6 magnificent portable televisions from NEC. At the end of the season, all entries will go back into the barrel for the major prize draw of this outstanding 63cm stereo colour television and a VHS video hi-fi from NEC, high technology colour television and video.
Well, thank you, Sandy, and of course Darrel Baldock, one of the all-time greats, featured this Saturday night on NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. You're watching 7's Big League, back with more of the action after this.
The Bombers get an attack of the Blues on 7's Big League.
No matter how you plan to spend your retirement, one thing you're going to want is security. And that's exactly what Westpac's Club 55 offers. An investment package that gives you a high rate of interest paid monthly. Free advice on anything to do with your retirement or your money. Excellent travel benefits. And free access to all the advantages of our national electronic banking system. Most of all, it gives you a secure start to the rest of your life. Club 55 from Westpac, the bank.
One day you're gonna get caught. One day.
Hole-proof underdecks have long been Australia's most popular hipster brief. But now, there's Son of Underdecks, the new narrower-sided underdeck super brief. Hole-proof underdecks, a new narrower-sided super brief, because one day you're gonna get caught with your pants down.
Who ever heard of a brand new economy vehicle for $5,500?
Suzuki! Mighty boy!
You just did.
The King of Comedy returns to 7 in a brand new show that will have you in howls of laughter from the first joke to the last. From home and around the world, the laughs are on Graham Kennedy's World of Comedy, 8:30 Monday night on 7.
Welcome back to Seven's Big League, and match of the day today was at Princes Park for the clash between Carlton and Essendon. And these days of crowds being not so big, it was exciting to see most vantage points for the game taken up even before 1 o'clock. Once again, football's best-known hoodoo was mentioned at length during the week, that of course being that the Blues hadn't tasted success against Essendon since 1980, the Bombers winning their last 10 outings, including a record-breaking 109-point annihilation of Carlton earlier this season at Windy Hill. Today, with top Bombers Madden, Danaher and Salmon on the sidelines, and with 5 wins from Carlton's last 6 encounters, Blues fans believed that this afternoon the hoodoo could finally be broken. Our replay tonight begins at the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Lou Richards is with me in the commentary box. Essendon leading by 6 points.
Wayne Johnson breaking clear, kicks the ball high, out wide. Coming out to meet it now is Hunter. He's got to start on his opponent. After him now is Peary. Oh, beautiful tackle by Peary, but this allows Harms to pick it up. Goes for a pass. It'll be okay and marked by Road there on the point of the square. Just on the 5-minute mark, and Carlton go deep into attack through Road.
For the first time in the match, Road up towards full forward with Mark McClure. The unmistakable Mark McClure.
And what a player this fella's been for Carlton, Pete.
Never fails to put in a good game.
He's been a strong player. He's, you know, he's had his ups and downs, but by golly, he's still there. He's played well over 200 games, and one of the, no doubt, one of the best centre-half forwards we've seen for a long time. He's a real fighter.
Mark McClure, about 30 metres out. He'll get the distance with this tricky wind. Probably have to aim for the right goalpost. We'll see. McClure puts it through. Carlton level the scores at the 5.5-minute mark of the opening term. It's been a pretty rough and tumble affair. Certainly not the great skills of football shown to us in the first few minutes of the match, but I think under these conditions, Lou, that's more than understandable.
Well, I think the crowd like it too. They like a contest, Pete, and the bone crushing comes with the game. That style of football, that was a great mark taken there by McClure, and of course topped it off with a nice goal.
McClure and King, the goal kickers in the match so far. 6 points each of 2, 5 3/4 minutes gone on the opening term. Seven's Big League from Princes Park. Our match of the day, the score is dead level. Madden and Walsh, won by Walsh, picked up by Ashman, couldn't handle it. Socket off the ground by Baker to Essendon centre half forward position. Van der Haar could get a free kick but too high. Dean, the opportunity, picked up by Rhys Jones. Was it left half back flank or skids? Good tackle by Merritt, or was it too high? Holding the ball.
Certainly was a good tackle, Pete.
Roger Merritt back into the Essendon side today. There was a cloud over his fitness. He's gone for a pass. Oh, that is a shocker. The Worms ducked for cover. Rhys Jones, English, not in the practice cricket pitch area.
Both sides making plenty of mistakes. I think it's the fact that the tension's so great that Essendon realising this is the chance that Carlton could win the first time since 1980, Pete.
Yes, they've won their last 10 matches against Carlton. Sheldon, looking more like Wayne Harms every day. Back towards centre field. Oh, down goes Hunter. That is surely a high tackle.
Too high.
And he could lose it. Now it's a 15-metre penalty. Oh, gee. That was an interesting one. Hunter is now well within kicking distance and directly in front of goal. Ken Hunter, one of the most versatile players on the Carlton side, shoots at goal. That's a goal. Carlton lead by 6 points. Hunter's first at the 7.5-minute mark. Carlton 12, Essendon 6.
Well, good play on the part of Essendon. That free kick could have been doubtful, but I think it was too high in the first place. I don't know if he hardly touched him, and Hunter may have been lucky to get that free kick past the 15-metre penalty.
I thought he could have reversed that, Lou. I really did.
He could have easily, Pete, but as we have said many times, they're closer than we are, and we'll always give them the benefit of the doubt. Centre bounce again. 12 plays 6 in favour of Carlton. Big crowd here at Princes Park, round about the 30,000 mark. Corker-Mealis gets a kick back to Johnson. He ran into a brick wall. They had no chance of getting clear. It's holding the ball. How the umpire could pay that, I don't know. He went after the ball, and what else could he do? So the free kick going to Darrel. Darrel's kick is across to half forward. Punched away from Van der Haar. English backing up well, takes the ball out towards the wing position. Coming out to meet it now is There's Weston, a hand pass coming back to Carey. Carey's kick is back towards half forward. Madden's there and takes a good mark. Madden's kick is a hurried one, a left footer, doesn't travel distance. Harms and Walsh have a great battle. Harms loses it. Walsh around the neck. Got him around the neck for sure. Actually, the tackle was there. The method was good, but it was too high. Over it goes now. The ball driven up there by Elshaw. Up towards the centre of the ground. A mark dropped by Dean. A fumble by Rhys Jones. A hand pass back to Reid. Another one to Corker-Millis. To Baker. There's plenty of fumbling going on. It's a game of mistakes. And the ball is finally driven up there again by Elshaw. Up towards Merritt. Merritt having a ballot. It's a great mark to Silvani.
Great grab.
What a beautiful mark to Silvani. I bet his dad would be proud of that one. What a mark to Stephen Silvani. Outpointed Merritt on a good pass and a mark taken here by Madden. It could be a 15-metre penalty. The umpire said no. Into this quarter by 9.5 minutes. It's 6 points in front, Carlton.
English to Dean. Out of bounds, I think. Yes, great shame that Simon Madden's not playing today, because one of the most improved ruckmen in the VFL this year certainly has been Justin Madden, the big number 44 for Carlton. And of course, Justin on the injured list for Essendon, and Madden doing well in the ruck. He won that one again from Walsh. Williams on to Harvey. Harvey up to half forward for Essendon, knocked away by Reid. Tackled by Rode on Baker, holding the ball.
Well, I tell you what, Pete, the tackling's ferocious at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, shocking hand pass to Alvin. He might be good enough to get out of this, though. Izzard in hot pursuit. Alvin tapping the ball further forward, close to the boundary line, and in fact has gone over it. And so it will be a boundary throw-in on right half forward flank for Essendon. The tackling has been ferocious. Game very tight. Sheldon. Carlton veterans firing at the moment. Arms his long kick up the half forward, trying to find Hunter. Got one hand to it, couldn't complete the mark. In fact, he's been held by the other arm, says the umpire.
Yeah, certainly held, Pete, no doubt about that.
And so Kent Hunter has a chance to bring up his first goal.
There it is again. You can see his opponent there hanging on.
And so Ken Hunter about 40 to 45 metres out, but directly in front of goal, kicking to the Robert Heatley stand in, judging by the crowd at full points. And Hunter brings up his second goal. The other goal kicker for Carlton was McClure. King has one for Essendon, and Carlton 3 goals. Essendon 1 at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter.
Well, Hunter looking good. As a matter of fact, that Carlton forward line, when they get it down there, are much more effective than the Essendon one.
Yes, Essendon has had the ball on its forward line much more than Carlton, yet they've registered only 6 points.
11.5 minutes gone. It's 3 goals, 18 points Carlton to Essendon, 1 goal, 6 points, and they kicked that goal within the first 45 seconds of play. Madden grabs that. He's a great round the neck to Madden. He's a greatly improved player. It was only last year they were saying he was a big blob, but he's certainly improved. And the ball driven up over the half-forward line. McClure nearly marked that. Murphy coming out with the ball. Couldn't get clear. Williams juggles it out. It goes to Elshaw. Elshaw of Essendon drives the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Punched away from King. Alvin knocks it on. It's pushed out by Izzard. King with the goal coming up for Shaw. Yatsi's second. So the Bombers bounce back. It's Carlton, 3 straight shots for goal, 18 points, and Essendon 2 goals, 12 points, into this quarter by just on 12.5 minutes.
If you make sure the name on your tape is as good as the name on your video, then you can count on it playing back memories year after year.
Our Ford Spectron XLT 8-seater wagon has an electric sunroof
and the new optional automatic transmission.
Our Ford Spectron also has an adjustable steering wheel.
New automatic transmission?
And our Spectron has a seat that swivels to make a club section. Or a bed.
Automatic transmission.
But best of all, our Ford Spectron has a new optional automatic transmission.
Right.
So, the choice in 8-seater wagons is...
automatic.
Paddy King is a do-it-yourself enthusiast who thought how much more economical it would be if someone designed a shower unit you could easily and quickly assemble yourself. So he designed one. Thanks to the fact that Paddy King works for Fowler Bathroom Products, a business backed by the resources of the James Hardie Industries Group, Paddy King's idea for a cheaper, more easily transportable Trident shower is now a reality for all Australians. James Hardie Industries, the name behind the names. Magpie King.
Make the change to TV Star. Australia's youngest star, little Chloe, talks exclusively about her real mum and dad. The scandalous Madonna reveals all in TV Star. Find your perfect Zodiac lover. Linda and Raquel are in an amazing love feud. Showbiz security man reveals top secrets about Prince and other pop stars. Read how an incredible film stunt went wrong. Get our big bonus kids holiday puzzle section. TV Star has 8 days of programs for 80 cents, a super pop star poster of Katrina and the Waves, plus more videos to be won. So make the change to TV Star.
Flashes always getting the crowd.
23 minutes gone in the first quarter. The difference is 6 points in favour of Carlton.
Carey and Johnson. Watson, great mark over the top. And we'll get a 15-metre penalty against Tom Alvin. We saw plenty of these dished out in the Costas Cup Grand Final on Tuesday night.
Had a good first quarter, Watson, Pete.
He has. He played a good first quarter last week too. Reid goes the spoil. Van der Haar the knock on. Weston onto the forward line already. Clark, goal. Essendon to get a point. Clark moving well. They're making the difference only 1 point. 3-3 to 3-2. Sevens big lead from Princes Park.
There's no doubt about it. The moment they move Weston to the forward line, something seems to happen. He had a hand in that, a quick hand pass over there to Clark. We saw it happen on Tuesday night. We've seen it happen so often, particularly in the grand final last year. Now they've moved him down to the forward line, and he's lifted him again.
Not a panic move already, is it, Shaw?
No, but it's not. It's just one of those moves that gets the side going. And, of course, why wouldn't you do it? Successful all time.
1 point the difference in favour of Carlton. We're approaching the time-on period of the first quarter. 45 seconds away from that. Back into the centre. Knocked down by Madden, playing well. Baker, though, ready for it. Puts Essendon into attack. Reid in front of Van der Haar. Gets a good hip and shoulder. A chance for Rhys Jones to pick the ball up. Oh, sharked beautifully by Elshaw, who kicks it into the forward pocket. Silvani and Merritt. There will be a free kick, though, going Carlton's way. And Stephen Silvani will take the free kick. He's gone for a hand pass. Gets it out to English. Chips it in short. Back to Meldrum. Oh, made a meme of it. Ezard. Beautiful pass. Williams, within scoring distance, has gone for a hand pass. Elshaw snaps it goal. Essendon in front by 5 points. So Carlton's defence under pressure. The mistakes came. Essendon took advantage of them. 4-2 to 3-3 at Princes Park.
Shocking mistake by Meldrum, and this fellow ever dangerous, Elshaw. He kicked 6 goals last week. Ball coming back there now to Elshaw, a left foot snap. And he's a typical forward pocket player, a real great player up there around the forward line. Never goes for a mark, stays down all the time and picks up the crumbs. A point the difference into this quarter by 25.5 minutes. And it's been a top game so far. Coming out of the pack is Neagle, over to Baker. And the Bombers go back into attack over their forward line. Punched out that time by Dean, over to Johnson. Shrugs his opponent off. Darrel sends the ball down there towards Hunter. And Fowles flying. Oh, nearly a mark. The umpire said play on. I thought McIntosh nearly grabbed that. Not McIntosh, McKenzie, I should say. And the ball picked up out there wide. A hand pass from Fowles. Over it goes to Darrel. Darrel out there at half back. Balks nicely around Aspen, who's been very quiet this first quarter. The Rene Kink in front, punched out again by Dean. A very solid defender down there for Carlton. Goes after Neagle. Back it goes now to Kink. Oh, fumble that time by Walsh. Could be dangerous. Madden's got to get down to pick it up. It's a hurried kick. Back there towards Hunter. Pounces on the ball beautifully. Over to McClure. Balks, a left foot snap up there towards McKenzie again, trying to get into position. Down he goes. Going after it now is Peary, and knocked on by Thompson. The ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket, about 10 metres around from the Carlton goal. They're trailing by 5 points. 26 Essendon to Carlton 21. 27 minutes gone. Ball knocked out again. A hurried kick by Johnson. Punched away again by Fowles, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket. Just about in the same position. Still about 10 metres around from the Carlton goal. It's a real football crowd here today. That's a capacity house. Ball knocked out by Walsh. Hawker's kick is smothered, and once again it's out of bounds. It'll be a free kick. Johnson was appealing for that, and McClure will take the free kick right on the boundary line because it wasn't touched. A very difficult shot. He's about 35 to 40 metres out. Right on the boundary line. A very difficult shot for McClure. He's already kicked 1 goal. He kicks this, it'll put him in front by a point. There's the kick. That is a good kick, but it was saved, or was actually pushed out by Madden. But he had no other alternative to do there. He had to go for the knockout, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket. Still about 5 or 6 metres around from the Carlton goal. They're trailing by 5 points. Pushed out by Mackenzie. Back to Ashman, a snap at goal. This is coming around nicely. Will it be a goal? Yes, sir. So the Blues have hit the front. That's Ashman's first goal. So it's Carlton 4 goals, 3-27 to Essendon 4 goals, 2-26.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia on NEC, Australia's champion colour TV. Seen them run, swim and bowl, seen them hit and do it all. NEC, our champion colour TV.
NEC have always been champs in picture quality. Now, have a look at these great new stereo models. Or better still, have a listen to the NEC difference at your NEC retailer.
See them try, see them fall, see it best of all. NEC, our champion colour TV.
The Cheetah, a powerful, agile, high-speed performer. At incredible speeds, the Cheetah is the fastest cat on Earth, until now. Bridgestone's Super Cat. The Australian low-profile, high-performance steel-belted radial with cat-like grip for fast acceleration, superb cornering and safe braking. Super Cat, now the fastest cat on Earth from Bridgestone, miles ahead.
Ever since man began making blades, the challenge has been to protect the edge. Now, Wilkinson Sword introduces a new concept in blade protection, the retractor. Click the blade in, and the edge is protected. Click the blade out, and retractor will shave you superbly, day after day after day. The new Wilkinson Sword Retractor Disposable. It protects the name on the world's finest blades.
Can you identify this car?
760 GLE.
The Germans think it's the Volvo 760 GLE, but this is the new 4-cylinder Volvo, the 740 GLE. Volvo's latest thinking is behind its high-technology engine, incredible use of space, and brilliant driver features. Plus the safety and reliability you'd expect from Volvo.
Oh yeah, Volvo 740 GLE. Pity, it should be a German car.
Volvo's latest thinking, the new 740 GLE.
Nicaragua, in the grip of a bloody revolution. His job, to dodge bullets and give the world its daily headlines. Ambition and determination took him on the quest to break the greatest story of his career. He didn't count on it changing his life. A stunning portrait of bittersweet romance, public turmoil, and private destiny. Nick Nolte, Joanna Cassidy, Gene Hackman. The acclaimed tension-packed premiere, Under Fire, Sunday 8:30 on Channel 7.
Let's continue with the big clash out at Princes Park now, and this time we pick up play at the 13-minute mark of the second quarter, and the home team leading by 6 points.
A lot of fumbling going on by both sides. That's the tension of this game. Back it goes there to Road. His kick is up there towards Hunter, punched away by Foles. Hunter goes after it again. Foles backs up, well, gets the ball out now, looking for Baker. He fumbled it again. Over it goes to Road. That's a wild hand pass. Walsh in the way, takes the ball at half back. Over it goes to Peary, a quick hand pass back to Wesard. He was well covered that time by Ashman. Johnson finally gets the kick down to Hunter. Oh, Hunter and Murphy clash, but McClure gets a hand pass out to his teammate there. McComber wasn't ready. McClure still going after it. Ashman's there trying to tap it back. It comes to English. He's clear as a snap and goal. He's got it through for goal. Coming all the way down from the back pocket too. 6 goals, 5-41. Carlton to Essendon, 4 goals, 5-29. Well, there we see English going back to his position, but he followed his man right down. A lot of struggling going on. Even Murphy knocked his own man over. McClure doing strong play. Got it out now again. The ball tapped back there to Ashman. Taps the ball on. It's pushed back again to English. Shrugged his opponent off nicely and put it through for a good goal. So Carlton looking good as Madden dominates the ruck still. Spinning out the pack is Dean. He throws the ball to the ground. Kicked off the ground by Merritt. Kicks have been scarce for Inverday. I don't think he's 100% fit. As the ball goes out wide now to Elvin. He goes to the ground. They pile Ezard. Out it goes now to Harvey. A snap at goal. Van der Haar with a chance to mark. He's got it. Beautiful play by Van der Haar. And the Flying Dutchman, when he's on the job, he's the best in the business up there at forward. And he's got the mark, ready to kick goal number 1 and bring the Bombers a little closer into the quarter by 14.5 minutes. That's the second, and this will be a goal for sure.
Van der Haar's first.
Van der Haar's first goal, and Carlton 6 goals, 5.41. A goal the difference, 5 goals, 5.35 Essendon.
Goal kickers for Essendon, 2 to Renee King, and singles to Van der Haar, Elshaw and Neil Clark as we watch the mark in replay right on the line. Superb grab. Too tall, too experienced, and of course Van der Haar directly in front had no trouble putting it through for his first. And for Carlton, their goal kickers, 2 to Hunter, and singles to Ashman, English, Murphy and McClure. On Sevens big league from Prince's, just past the 15-minute mark of the second quarter, and 6 points the difference now in favour of the home team. Van der Haar bringing up his first goal, and a badly needed one for Essendon. Can Carlton go on with the business? Madden having a field day in the ruck, but it's sharked by Thompson for Essendon. Thompson's kick out towards the point of the square, finding English though, who kicked Carlton's last goal. Over the top of Bradbury, trying to find Meldrum. Wide towards centre wing, underneath it, Corcomelis and Thompson. Road also there for Carlton. Knocked away though by the Essendon player. Back to Reid. Road. Thompson.
He was grabbed by the leg, Thompson. It was good play on the part of Reid. Actually, no one saw the head go out. It's the umpire.
Bradbury. Bradbury in left half forward flank. Not a long kick. Madden trying to claim the mark. Finally shoots out a hand pass. Harvey. Didn't think much about the ball there. In goes Hazard. Reece Jones. Sheldon. Sheldon from the half-back flank. Good long kick. Up towards the centre wing position of Harms. A chance for Baker. Good tackle by Johnston. Umpire says no free kick for holding the ball, but he didn't really make an attempt to get rid of it.
I reckon that was holding the ball all the way that time, Peter.
Well, he didn't affect a hand pass or try to, or a kick. So a ball up on centre wing, and we watch that again. And you'll see Baker, he's tackled, does not attempt to get a kick or a hand pass.
All the way.
So Carlton fans understandably not too happy with that. Picked up by Sheldon again. He's had plenty of kicks so far today. Folds. Oh, good tackle by Hunter. The tackling this afternoon, one of the features of the game. Clark to Baker. Baker this time does get the hand pass out, and it's taken by Folds. Good long kick by the Essendon half-back flanker. A strong grab attempted by Dean. Williams to Harvey. Harvey to Hawker. Hawker from half forward. A shot at goal. Van der Haar content to see it sail over his head. Scores level again. Hawker's first goal, Sevens big league, 6-5, each of 2 in the second term.
You can get it riding, you can get it sliding, you can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it in a hole or up a pole. You can get it doing nothing at all. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. A long, cold Vic. You can get it walking. You can get it talking. You can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.
If you want to take them, but you don't want to wake them, record them with National's low-light camera. Ah.
Born to run closer, Mazda, the spirited one.
The news is out. A new model of the world award-winning, fully imported Mazda 626 is on its way. This is your last opportunity to own a current model Mazda 626 at an extremely favorable price.
Drive closer, spirited one. Drive closer to Mazda.
Tomorrow is Sunday Press Day. Barassi has announced that he won't be coaching Melbourne next year, and at least 5 clubs are looking at changing coaches. Where will the clubs be looking? Will it be a matter of the same faces changing places? Read Neil Roberts' informed report on the great VFL coach quest tomorrow. There's a report on the Aussie beer rush that Alan Border started at Lord's, and the story of the enterprising men behind a new range of slinky underwear. The reports you'll want to read are in Sunday Press, out tomorrow.
I'm not some dumb little thing you can walk over. I know a lot of things about you.
You have a few little problem areas in your private life.
A powerful political figure lies dead. Quincy is on vacation, and a rather special replacement is found.
Dr. Quincy, this is not your case, and I prefer that you keep out of it.
Would Quincy let personal feelings and pride compromise such an important case?
Dr. Quincy, apparently you and I have a different interpretation of the word professional.
Great viewing tonight with Quincy, 8:30 here on 7.
The scores were dead level at quarter time, 4-3 each of two. So neither side able to get the break. Elshaw's kick landing roundabout in the centre square, and the mark taken by English. He went for a hand pass, I don't know why. A real stack-up developing there, and the umpire has found a free kick to Carlton, and it will be taken by Tom Alvin at centre field. Alvin, interstate representative for Victoria this year, tries to find McClure or Hunter. Weston slung, but still gets his kick, and the mark taken by Sheldon, and within kicking distance. Sheldon, so far, 8 kicks and 5 hand passes for Carlton. So 13 possessions, a pretty handy day's effort so far by Sheldon as we watch that in replay.
Been a great player over the years for Carlton, this fellow. Great kick getter, Pete.
Now he'll need to aim for the left goal post. I would think he would just about get the distance. We'll see. He's done that. It's a goal. He knows the ground pretty well, Kenny Sheldon. And that restores the lead for Carlton in this ding-dong match here at Princes Park, 7-5 to 6-5.
I like that of saying, Pete, it's a ding-dong struggle, isn't it?
Plagiarism is right, Lou.
That's right. But it is, it's a great game. It's a tough game. And I don't think I've seen players fumble, but that just shows you the tension out there, Pete. You make mistakes when the pressure's on you, don't you?
Yes, and there's plenty of pressure at the moment. It's a great game of football. A lot of mistakes being made, but the crowd enjoying every minute. 22 minutes gone. Second quarter, Carlton by 6 points in our match of the day. Corkamilus, after neither ruckman was able to get an effective tap out. Harms at half forward. Well, 3 Essendon players try and stop him. None could. Harms shoots at goal, and he's put that one through as well. So the Carlton veterans, Harms and Sheldon, kicking the last 2 goals for the Blues, who now increase their lead to 12 points, 8-5-53 to 6-5-41.
Well, it's the Carlton veterans, Pete. There's English down there in defence, as Sheldon and Harms, plus the fact of a bit of youth there with Big Madden in the ruck. That was a magnificent goal. Strong play on the part of Harms, and as I said before, this is the best game we've seen Harms play for a long, long time.
7 Carlton players have now scored goals. Hunter has 2.
Into this quarter by just on 23 minutes. Carlton in front by 12 points. The Bombers have got a comeback, knocked out by Madden again. He'll get a free kick. And what a game this fella's played in the ruck. He's 6'9". No wonder it's hard to get a knockout from him. His opponents need a step ladder. And I've just wondered about Walsh, whether Merritt, why they haven't thrown him at the ruck. I'm quite sure he's not 100% fit. A hand pass coming at that time from Watson. The ball driven out wide by Hawker, and a good mark talking about the bloke I was talking about. Merritt goes for a pass, looking for Van der Haar. He and Silvani having a great battle. Silvani goes for the boundary line. No doubt he deliberately knocked that out, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt that time. Out of bounds in the forward pocket, about 30 metres around from the Essendon goal. They're trailing by 12 points. 23.5 minutes gone of the second quarter. And it's mighty chilly out here at Princes Park. Knocked out by Madden again. Over it goes to Corkamilus. Having a great battle as Harvey and Rhys Jones. Rhys Jones grabs him. Tries to get through the pack. The umpire said he was grabbed too high and he get a free kick. Well, one of the most expensive players playing football at the moment. And I still reckon when he settles down or he wants to play football, one of the most brilliant footballers around in the business. Peary couldn't mark that. He made a valiant effort, but picked up by Sheldon again. Sheldon's had about 16 possessions up to this stage of the match. Punched out by Rode. It hits the deck. Ashman gets it back there to Hunter. He's grabbed. Threw the ball out. Hazard threading his way through the pack. Shoots it back there towards the centre half forward position. Sheldon again. And what a game the veteran's playing. A hand pass to Rhys Jones. Rhys Jones straightens up. He decides to go for a long kick, lob it in the goal square just about. At the back is Hunter, punched out by Walsh. Coming back now to Johnson, fumbles the ball. This allows Clark to get the ball back. Oh, bad kick by Donnell. Hazard can't pick it up either. But now he's clear at centre half back, boots the ball back. Coming out as Alvin's had a great season for Carlton this year. Grabbed around the chest, but he shrugs that off. Goes for a pass. Clark gets under it. Johnson's got a chance to snap at goal. It's a high kick towards the forward pocket. It's going for the boundary line. Harms again. He kicked their last goal. A hand pass back to Rhodes. He goes down. He tries to find a teammate. He's got Hunter. A snap at goal, but he's off target, and it's through for 1 point. So Carlton move on to 8 goals, 6.54. To Essendon, 6 goals, 5.41. Into this quarter by just on 25 and a half minutes.
Sevens big league action from Princes Park into time on. Elshaw from the back pocket. Good long kick up towards the centre wing position. Alvin, fine grab. Carlton lifting their game now in the closing stages of the second term. Alvin down towards Hunter. Has he got it? Yes, what a mark!
Oh, they're looking good, Carlton now.
What a grab. Hunter just off the edge of the kick-off line.
Siren gone too, Pete.
I don't think so, Lou.
Isn't it? I thought it might have been. Now, that's the trainers coming in.
Just a couple of trainers with water bottles.
Well, there's actually 5 trainers on the ground at the moment.
Or 5 runners, call them what you will. I'd say they're runners, but the clubs disagree. They all do it, though. Hunter directly in front of goal. And shouldn't miss this one. Hunter with Renee Kink, the leading goal kicker in the match to date. He has 2.
Actually, there's 6 on the ground.
You're right. And Hunter does put it through for another goal, so that's his 3rd. And Carlton opening up a very valuable lead. Now 9-6-60 to 6-5-41.
Well, there you are. We saw 6 trainers on the ground that time. And as Pete said, are they trainers or are they artificial runners?
Well, great mark taken by Hunter. And you could be forgiven for thinking the crowd was running onto the field because there were quite a lot of them, though, I must agree. Sevens big league from Princes Park. Carlton leading by 19 points now. That's the biggest margin either side has enjoyed so far in the match. We're into time on in the second quarter. Nearly 27 minutes gone. Back into the centre. It's Madden. Wins that one again. Beautifully ruck-roved by Corcomelis. The mark taken by Ashman at half-forward. Ashman, Carlton veteran rover, still inside the square. That's a mammoth flat punt. Oh, what a ripper! It's a goal, I think! What a kick! Oh, goal of the day! Mark it down! Ashman, 65 metres if it was an inch. 10-6 to 6-5 at Princes Park.
Well, I wouldn't start celebrating if I was a Carlton player or a Carlton fan, but this Essendon side can fight back. But things don't look too good. But look at this kick from the edge of the square, inside the square, actually. That was a 65-metre kick if I've ever seen one. A magnificent kick, and no wonder Hunter went bingo. What a ripper.
4 goals in 6 minutes, kicked by Carlton on Sevens big league, 10-6 to 6-5.
Okay, there's the score, and dominating the ruck is Madden. Gets another knockout, kicked off the ground by Murphy, except he missed. Back to Corcomelis, out it comes to Murphy again, and the Blues go back into attack. Oh, just a close mark. He nearly lost that, Foles, and they're really under pressure down there, the Essendon defence. Out it goes wide towards Reece Jones, and Watson. Down goes Reece Jones. He got run too high. If he's got the ball on the half-forward line, about 65 metres out from goal, kicks the ball long up there towards the full-forward position. McConville flies, couldn't hold the mark. Backing up well as Johnson over the line. No, it's still in play.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. The umpire called play as Darrel breaks clear down there at half-back. Kicks the ball back there towards the centre of the ground. Flying high is Reed, but the umpire will pay a free kick to Peary. It's 66 points, Carlton to Western 41. A difference of 25 points. And Carlton kicking 4 goals in... Ball dropping shot. I didn't quite get what our statistician Paul said. 4 goals in 6 minutes. That's not a bad effort. But the umpire's found a kick going here. Now he's going to ball it up. Of course, very noticeable here today, Pete, is the fact that I think Merritt's had about 2 possessions up to this stage of the match. And I still think he's not 100% fit because he's too good of a player to be out of the business as much as he is today. Comes out again, pushed away by Dean, grabbed by Harvey. He was grabbed over to Hawker. He was grabbed, a fresh air shot. Madden goes down there, piling on top of the ball. Scooped back by Merritt. They all pile in, and the umpire will ball it up at half-forward for Essendon, about 60 metres out from their goal. Carlton putting plenty of pressure on this side. There's a free kick down to Reece Jones. Out it goes to Sheldon. He's played a great game too. The ball back out there towards the wing position, and a good mark taken in defence there by Darrel. Carlton getting a lot of hope on the performance by Hawthorn on the Foster's Footy Cup because it proved one thing, that this mighty Bomber side is not infallible. That's their acting captain Watson sending it up there, but there's we see a player that's played a great game. English coming out of the pack, and it's the veterans that's helped today with the assistance of a young player here in Madden, and there's a mark to Merritt. and English, the veterans I was talking about, and not forgetting Madden doing a magnificent job on the ruck as we see Merritt pick up 15 metres. A short pass and drop mark by Vanderhaar. Down goes Rowe. It's taken away from him by Williams, and the umpire will ball it up at centre half forward. 30 minutes gone of this second quarter, which has been Carlton's. 10 goals, 666 Carlton to Essendon 6-5-41. A ball up again. Once again, it's Madden. I don't think he's missed a knockout. Tapped on by Reid over to Silvani. Silvani went without the ball, but Reid comes into a help. Kicked off the ground by Alvin. Over it goes to Rode. A long hand pass to Murphy. Opening up the play. He goes for a long kick down there towards Harms. He's got it. Harms has got the mark. And there's the siren. No, it's not the siren. It's all those trainers running out again.
No, there's another handful of trainers. There's the siren now.
There's the siren now. Boy, are those blokes confusing. Harms going for goal number 2 from about 15 to 20 metres out, just about dead in front. There it is, a goal. What on the half-time siren? So it's 11 goals, 6. 72 Carlton to Essendon, 6 goals, 5-41.
You're watching Sevens Big League, part of the Nissan BFL Premiership season.
A great second quarter by Carlton, in which they kicked 7 goals 3 to 2 goals 2, and Carlton coming away to win the match. Their first against Essendon in 11 outings, they won by 52 points. In stats, we can see that Carlton on top in all departments, excepting the free kicks, and the interesting one there is, of course, the hit-outs. Justin Madden, brilliant, played one of his best ever games for Carlton, 56-17. In the goals this afternoon for Carlton, Wayne Harms got 4 and 3 each to Hunter and Ashman, and for Essendon, their major contributor was Renee Kink, and he finished up with 3 goals. And after the match, I spoke to Carlton coach David Parkin. Well, David, how did you evaluate that performance by Carlton?
Well, I suppose in the circumstances, Peter, it really was one of the better performances that this team's produced, certainly in about 2 or 3 seasons. But you've got to understand the circumstances. Essendon had a hell of a lot of football. They were probably at their most vulnerable point that they've been in probably 4 or 5 years. And if we ever were to have a chance, it was today. And certainly we prepared for it in that manner, like it was a big final for us.
Isn't it almost taking something away from your own team's performance, though?
Oh, well, I think you've got to keep your head clearly on your shoulders. I think we had a very good overall effort. I mean, the kids, under extreme pressure, produced as they've been doing for a number of weeks, and almost each of our experienced players gave us a really good contribution. I think when you've got the balance going, and there's no doubt the ferocity, you know, we break club records for the number of tackles applied today, and I think that's probably indicative of the approach, that we really didn't give them a chance to sniff. And I mean, the blueprint had been written. The sides that have beaten them, North, Hawthorn and Footscray, the 3 teams that have beaten them in the last couple of years with any degree of consistency, have all been able to apply it. And it was just a matter of whether we could do that or not.
David Parkin's first successful outing as Carlton coach against the Bombers, and he finally chalked one up this afternoon. Still to come, a thriller between Melbourne and North Melbourne, and Footy Stop Press with Scott Palmer.
Imagine if you tried to do everything with the one card. Now, there is a one-card way. The Westpac MasterCard. The one card that does it in one. Only from Westpac, the bank.
The new Hoover President dishwasher is so quiet, it's quieter than a mouse. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
I know you're sick and tired, girl, of working for the man. So listen to me, baby, got a new plan. Why don't we take a shot of comfort? Gonna show you when you see. Take a shot of comfort. You know what I mean. So take me where the music's hot. Hit me with a comfort shot of Southern Comfort. So set 'em up too. Go, Rocky, show me the way. Go, Rocky, take me away. Show me the way. Go, Rocky, take me away. Go,
Tonight, Abby confronts her mother with the truth. There's an alliance between two unlikely people, and the shooting, already a national headline, becomes a major press conference. Tonight at 9:30, high drama in Knots Landing on 7.
Just before we go to Scott Palmer, an interesting aspect of the VFL's expanding coverage on television stations throughout the world is that our local players are becoming well-known stars internationally as well. Each week their feats are applauded on stations like ESPN in the United States, TSN in Canada, Veronica in Holland, Sky Channel throughout Europe, Canal Plus in France and Euro TV in Italy. In fact, it's probably there where the likes of Robert Di Domenico, Silvia Fascini, Adrian Battiston and Laurie Serafini could perhaps almost become national heroes. And they've just recorded promotional clips for the Italians, and I thought we might take a sneak look before they send off.
Ciao, vi piace il football australiano? Continuate a seguirci su Euro TV, ne vedrete delle belle.
Ciao amici italiani, vi aspetto su Euro TV con le nostre partite di football.
Ciao a tutti gli sportivi italiani e complimenti. Avete scoperto grazie ad Euro TV un sport appassionante.
Un saluto dall'Australia. Sono felice che il nostro sport, grazie ad Euro TV, sia seguito anche in Italia, un paese che amo. Tanti saluti ai parenti, ci vediamo presto.
Well done, guys, and they tell me it only took 3 hours to put all that together. And the Italians obviously liking their game as well. Let's check the scores from the other matches played today. Hawthorn and Fitzroy, and the Hawks proving too good in the final quarter. They ran away and kicked 8 goals in the final stanza. Dunstall 5, Buckenara 4, Judge 3, and for Fitzroy, Quinlan 3 and Conlon 2. Footscray and the Sydney Swans, and the Swans looked perhaps in with a chance at three-quarter time, but Footscray came right away also in that quarter, kicking 4 goals to the Swans 3, 105-79. Bamblett 4, Edmund 4 for Footscray. Danaher got 4 for the Sydney Swans. Geelong and St Kilda, the Saints getting off to a great start, but they couldn't go on with it. Terry Bright finished up with 4 goals for the Cats and Williams 3. Lockett got 6 for St Kilda. Don't forget the match tomorrow in the Army Reserve Cup, North Melbourne versus Melbourne. You can see that straight after World of Sport at the Lakeside Oval. Admission down there is absolutely free. The game starts at 2:15. Time now for Footy Stop Press with the sporting editor of the Sunday Press. Once again, a very good evening to Scotty Palmer.
Good evening, Peter, and welcome viewers into the Sunday Press. It's a real pleasure having you with us. North Melbourne officials were in a huddle tonight over the report of Jimmy Cracker at the MCG. The Brownlow medal hope was booked for allegedly kicking Demon Alan Jarrett in the first quarter. The Kangaroos couldn't comment for fear of being fined tonight. Ron Barassi said that with a full complement of players, Melbourne would be the equal of North Melbourne and Footscray. They need a couple more top players to tackle the very best side, said Barassi. John Kennedy was as short and as sweet as usual in his summing up. I wouldn't say the wheels have fallen off, but they're creaky, said Kennedy. North got home before the third lowest MC crowd since World War II. Another sensation was the report of Geelong's medal hope Gary Ablett by a goal umpire Andrews for allegedly striking Saint Danny Frawley today. Ablett is still waiting for the VFL to rule him eligible for the medal after being booked earlier this season for wasting time. Coach Tom Hapey said he believed the report yesterday upset his champion. He didn't kick a goal and he was beaten by Frawley. Hapey said the Cats' performance was disgraceful. We'd talked all week about a percentage effort and we struggled all day. St Kilda's Graham Jelly thought the Saints could win in the third quarter today, but they congested the forward line and didn't give Tony Lockett a chance. And at Princes Park, where the Blues beat Essendon for the first time in 5 years, David Parkin said, "What a relief." It's a relief to know that the players could do it. Ken Sheldon now has a groin and David Rhys-Jones is on an umpire's charge for allegedly striking Roger Merritt to the back of the head. Kevin Sheedy was on the defensive tonight. He said there was nothing wrong with Roger Merritt, although the word from Princes Park is that he wore a fiberglass support for his injured ribs. We have to get something positive out of this loss today, said Sheedy. He described Justin Madden, the big blue, as the cheapest player the Bombers have ever let go. But Sheedy said he hopes to have Terry Danaher, Brian Wood and Simon Madden all back next week. Alan Jeans talked about Hawthorn's form being exposed in that night premiership match. 2 hard games on the big Waverley ground in 5 days had tired some of them, and wasted opportunities early in the match had affected the game. But he was pleased with the way the Hawks finished off in the last quarter against Fitzroy. Michael Tuck, who carried a bit of a knee today, started on the bench for the first time in 12 years. Lester Smith has a bruised shoulder and Di Domenico a cork thigh. Fitzroy's Robert Wall said the worst part of the game was the way in which Fitzroy was overrun in that last quarter. He said the Lions' skills were poor and have been for 4 weeks. Grant Thomas of the Lions has a shoulder injury. Swans coach John Northey just wishes his club knew where it was going and who was going to buy it. He said after the game that some players with housing commitments in Sydney were wondering about their future, and it's no way to go into a game of football, he said. The Swans lost, but Footscray coach Mickey Malthouse said, "You have to take your hats off to them. We only wrapped it up in the last quarter." Bob Rose knows it, and so does the football world. Carlton has made it hard for the Magpies now to make the 5, said Rosie. Quote, "We just have to keep on winning," he said. "We played poorly but persisted." Richmond's Paul Sproul estimated that the Tigers had 75% of the play today but couldn't get the result on the scoreboard, despite 8 goals by Michael Roach. "We couldn't really be disappointed," said Sproul, "although I told the team that if we won every match, we could still have a chance of making the 5. Former Magpie Philip Walsh copped a dislocated shoulder and some close attention from the Magpies and the supporters, and he won't play for the Tigers for the rest of the season, Peter. So in football today, ciao.
OK, thanks, Scotty. Ciao. And, of course, full details of those stories and more in the Sunday Press out tomorrow. Coming up next on Seven's Big League, a thriller at the MCG.
Most people call it paradise. I just call it home.
Diamond head, Waikiki, big brown eyes and water so blue. Fresh fish caught from the sea. My Honolulu, this island is mine.
I'm Honolulu through and through, but my kind of beer just isn't made here.
Foster's Lager. All it takes to install the medium-sized Hoover Premier is a few minutes of your time instead of a serviceman. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
It's been done. No, I've invented this incredible game. What goes up must come down. I call it tennis. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
I've just invented these sports socks. You know, they're always falling down. Using a computer, I found if you put most of the elastic at the bottom and less at the top, they'll actually push up. Look. They'll never fall down.
Hull-proof computer sports socks. They fall up, not down.
Holden Astra.
Do you prefer an Australian view to explore a country scene? Do you love a nut-spoiled paradise? Enjoy your tropical dream. Do you prefer the rainforest green? A Sunday lunch with friends?
Holden Astra is for those who prefer something exciting, modern, functional and real value for money. Holden Astra if you prefer something special.
North Melbourne have won 4 out of their past 5 matches against Melbourne, and in fact won 15 in succession between 1977 and 1984 before the Demons scored in round 15 last year at the MCG. Their form in recent weeks, however, did little to suggest that they were going to improve upon that record this afternoon, even though they went under by only 1 point in round 6, also at the cricket ground. The past few weeks indeed have seen Melbourne sink to one of the club's lowest ebbs in recent years, heavy defeats, the resignation by coach Ron Barassi, and only last Thursday Dr Roy Gilbert, the Demons chief executive, also announced he was severing his ties with the Demons. Our replay tonight begins at the 14-minute mark of the final quarter. Commentators at the MCG are Peter McKenna and Jack Edwards, and North Melbourne leading by 24 points.
24 points in front. And we've been playing 14 and a half minutes of the final term, so there's oodles of time for Melbourne if they get a few straight kicks toward the goals. So North have to get a hurry up if they wish to take the game out first. Rodney Wright's in there, hooks it out again. Chance for it to come back, it does. So Robin White, hand pass comes down. Is it a chance for Parrish to put it forward?
No one there.
Forwards there, he's had a ping at it, but McCann drops back.
That's poor forward play, Jack. Shocking forward play. Parrish blazed away. There was no one there as we see Hodgman kick it out of the pitch. No one there for 50 metres. Well,
maybe he thought he could make the distance. That's why he had to go.
Why wasn't a forward ducking back as we see Peter Moore crashing his way towards centre-half forward. Through comes Steele. He loses the run of the ball. Now it's Johnny Holt picking it up. He sprints away from defence. He kicks it wide. Phil Cracker's had an excellent day. He's got Glendinning all on his own. A long hand pass finds him. Now Jimmy Cracker's loose. Will he give it to him? A little chip pass across, and Jimmy Cracker marks 25 metres out from goal directly in front, and that is excellent team play by North.
And not before time, because it's 15 and a half minutes. It's 12 possessions now to Jimmy Cracker. No, 12 kicks to Jimmy Cracker. 11 hand passes. This could be a goal too. I think North needed that one. Took nearly 16 minutes of football in the final term for Cracker to bring up his third goal and keep the scoreboard ticking over for North Melbourne. North Melbourne lead Melbourne by 5 goals.
Yes, and Phil Cracker's been in tremendous amount of the good play of North Melbourne today. He's kicked 3, but there is no doubt in my book he could easily have kicked 7 or 8 goals today if he hadn't have been so unselfish. He loves to give the ball to someone else. In fact, at times he refuses to have a shot for goal.
I think John Kennedy would prefer him to kick goals. The ball with McCann given to Hodgman. North Melbourne start to move it now. They go out toward Jimmy Cracker again. Ball put down by Yates, but picked up by Crocker on the left foot. Goes in towards Glendinning. He's going to run through for 1 behind. Or did it? Yes, it did. 1 behind coming up for North Melbourne, moving their score now to 16-12, 108 to Melbourne's 11-77. They're on Sevens Big League, the final term between North Melbourne and Melbourne at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
The kick, Jonas. He goes for the short pass towards the pocket. Peter German marks in front of the Melbourne members. He's right on the boundary line. The lead has been made. Mark hasn't been taken by Crocker. It's Nigel Cole kicks it across the face of goal. This is Rodney Wright going in after it against John Collins. He heads for the boundary line.
No one home.
The old Johnny Beckwith one. And it works too. And over the line and out of bounds, halfway between centre wing and half forward flank for North Melbourne.
There wasn't a soul down there for him to kick.
No, it was good play.
Didn't have a soul, so he just put it along the ground and it ran out of bounds. Moore opposing McCann, or vice versa. The ball not with either of them, taken away by Rodney Wright, who used to one-time play for North Melbourne, and the mark taken by Keith Gregg. Well, the veteran, Dual Brownlow medalist, has had a great day. He's had 20 kicks and 5 hand passes, and he puts that one up. A chance for his teammate in Crocker, but he couldn't hold the mark. Peter Moore's long hand pass comes back over the heads of the players and heads for the boundary line, and we'll see a boundary throw in. Yes, I think North will be very, very happy with the performance of Keith Gregg there this afternoon. A lot of stability in that back line.
There was talk about Keith Gregg retiring at the end of this year. By heck, if he retires, he's retiring on top, because I reckon he's got another couple of years in him as Andy Demetrio hooks it back towards Kim Hodgman, who marks on half-forward flank. That must have been touched off the boot. Here's a one-out duel as he hooks it back. Corden, it must be a free kick. Now, I reckon that's a sign of, you know, a bit of ability by Cordner there to get the front position and get the free kick, and there's no doubt I'd persevere with him as a full-back.
Kick from Cordner up toward the other big blonde in the game, and Peter Moore. Glendinning got a hand pass out, picked up by Ramsey. He's on the left foot and swinging the ball back into the scoring corridor where it comes to turf. Over the heads of the players, it comes to Zantuck. He gets it out to Batterston. Batterston sees a short into the centre. He's gone. He thought of the hand pass and changed his mind, and the Melbourne fans once again try to kick it. So Cole has the ball now. Hand passes to Richards. He tries to get around Phil Cracker. Gets it back to Cole. Passmore gives chase. Cole got a hand pass working to Ted Fidge. He'll give it back to Richards. Richards going to have a snap shot. No, he gets a long hand pass into the goal square and kicked through by Loudon for 1 behind only.
Oh, boy. And there was an excellent piece of shepherding went on down there. I'll just pick up the player. I think it was Nigel Cole. It was Nigel Cole. A beautiful piece of shepherding. Made it easy for young Loudon, but he missed the goal, and that was a poor reward for a bit of good play there by Nigel Cole.
At the boundary throw in now, it's on the half-forward flank for Melbourne. The ruckman form up. Peter Moore on screen, and he will be joined by McCann. But Jarrett might come over the top of the both of them. No, he waits the outcome. There it is now. Tap toward him.
Oh, brilliant. Teddy Fidge over to Zantuck. Zantuck lines up the goals. He straightens up. Bang. And Shane Zantuck's kicked his second. Beautiful play there by Ted Fidge. And Melbourne not giving up without a fight. 12-12, trailing North Melbourne 16-12.
Here's to Foster's, it's true blue. Australia's beer that grew and grew, and now
こんにちは。いつの日か電話機がこのようにある言葉から他の言葉へと翻訳して使えるでしょう。NEC はすでに最新の技術を使ってリサーチモデルを開発しています。NEC のビジネスコミュニケーションの製品をご覧ください。オーストラリアの代表的な結構な移行関係、最新鋭のファクシミリ、どうもありがとうございました。さようなら。
NEC, what the world is coming to.
These are the magnificent new Series 3 Bluebirds. They're packed with luxury features and a new, more efficient 2-litre engine. This month, you can drive home in a brand new Bluebird for just $10,990. Oh, we don't need these. That's because there's no extra costs. Your Nissan dealer is including all on-road costs. This is a once-only price of $10,990 for the Bluebird GL 4-speed. Come alive, come and drive Nissan.
These powerful new Hoover suction cleaners make light work of even the heaviest housework. Smashing. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Maybe I should start living up to my reputation then.
A furious Caroline decides to team up with Pat for mutual benefit.
Caroline and I have control.
Their victim?
And the first change is Stephen's dismissal from Mumbai.
Sons and Daughters, Sunday, 7:30.
At the bounce. Tap down to Peter Moore. Kicks it high toward the half-forward flank. Out there giving chase is Newport. He has got a future, Peter. I agree with you. This young lad might be a player.
He and Loughton with a bit more experience.
13% or 13 kicks to Newport. See how he uses it. Not a bad-looking kick right up to the teeth of goal. Off the hands of the players. It may go through 4-1 behind. It does to Melbourne. So they now have 12-13, 85 to North Melbourne 16-12, 108. We've been playing now 21 minutes of the final term, and North Melbourne 108 to 85 haven't had it all their own way.
Oh, beautiful football there by, is it Jimmy or Phil Cracker? There's a flying shot at the goals by Parrish. Oh boy, Melbourne are fighting this right out as Parrish puts that one through, and Melbourne have moved on to 13-13, trailing North Melbourne 16-12.
Parrish has had 10 kicks since half-time, 11 for the game, so he certainly had a better second half than what he had first half. Melbourne aren't out of this game. We spoke of the close game we had earlier in the season. Now it's 108 playing 91, only 17 points in it.
They get the next goal, it'll be interesting. I reckon the pressure will be right on North.
We might have a real rip tickle in the game. So back to the centre. 21 now, 22 minutes gone. Final turn. Can North Melbourne get a goal to consolidate? Melbourne going to change all that. Sock it off the ground toward the boundary line. It's going to run out of bounds, I think, before Steele can make it. Yes, it's out of bounds. So on the members' wing, you'll see a boundary throw-in.
Good teamwork there by Banniston. Jack to congratulate his team. That was beautiful defensive play.
North Melbourne in front by only 17 points to Melbourne. 108 playing 91.
Peter Moore takes it out of the ruck. And he tried to get away. That was a good decision by umpire Saws, and 15 metres is not good play by Melbourne, because this brings Moore right down to the half-forward. This brings Steele right down to the half-forward flank.
No one on the mark yet.
No, now Peter Moore ducks back onto the mark. He was trying to get down into defence as he kicks it towards half-forward. Can someone take a mark? The high flyers there. Oh, Jimmy Cracker leapfrogs over a player. Play on the advantage. Oh, here they come. As we see Gerard Healy. He should go for home here. He should go the long kick. Oh, Johnny Kidd should not have led there as he gives it to young Newport. Newport fires long and wide. And 1 point. Gee, what about a goal there? Would have been handy, Jack.
My word, it would have been handy for Melbourne, because they're only down by 16 points. 108 playing 92. Now, where can they go from here?
Oh, gee, if I was at full forward, there is no way known when a bloke's kicking from the centre would I lead out way past centre half forward. I'd stay back and stay one out with your opponent. That's a mark taken there by John Law. I think that's the inexperience of full forward play by young Johnny.
I was going to say, when he's had the experience you've had at full forward, he might know all those tricks, so that's the only way he's going to learn them, by people such as you telling him. Picked up by Healy. Healy swings it back again. Kicks high. Young Features in this one, opposed to McCann.
Oh, in the back,
he got out position. He took that mark.
Oh, what a mark.
That was a good mark.
I thought he shoved him in the back.
Oh, they're going crook down there. McCann's having a few words to say. The attendance is only 10,787, but this marker's a ripper.
I thought he got into the back of McCann there, Johnny Fidge, but nevertheless, it was the mark has been paid. It was an excellent mark. This will put pressure on North Melbourne if he can kick this. He's 6th goal if he kicks this, Fidge. There's the kick. Oh, the gallop bar goes across. It's a goal. 6 goals, John Fidge. Oh, boy. 14-14, Melbourne. 98, 10 points behind North. 16-12, 108.
We're only half a minute away from the time-one period. Melbourne coming home very hard in the final term. North Melbourne for the quarters only added 1 goal 1. Melbourne have added 3 goals 6, so they've been really off target in this final term too, Peter. So, who can take it out? There's plenty of time.
Well, the first 10 minutes of this last quarter were very, very ordinary indeed, and all of a sudden, a couple of goals have livened up the game. Let's see what Melbourne can do. Here's a chance as we see Graham Yates. Oh, he didn't get the bounce of that. He knocks it back. Here they come. Gerard Healy ducks away. He's got to kick long. He kicks it short. And the mark has been taken there by young Burke. Oh, he was off. Oh, they should be looking for the long kick at this stage because time's running out. He kicks it wide and Steve Newport marks halfway between centre wing and half forward. Gee, if they get the next goal, anything could happen. Peter Moore. Over the back. He's got it. He's going to go for the long kick. John Fidge against 2 North Melbourne players. It hits the deck. Russell Richards has got it. Hand pass. Back it comes. Who was that? Les Parrish fires. He's kicked it. Oh, boy. 4 points the difference. Melbourne fight back. North Melbourne 16-12, 108. Lead Melbourne 15-14, 104.
Well, on Sevens Big League, the action being brought to you from the Melbourne Cricket Ground, where at 3/4 time you wouldn't have given a hoot of a chance for Melbourne, but as I told you before, North Melbourne have only added 1 goal 1 in this final term, and Melbourne have gone from 11 goals 8 to 15 goals 14. That's 4 goals 6 they've added in the final term. In it, the 26-minute mark is behind us. The ball back in the centre. Ball rises high. It's been tapped down by McCann. It's in the centre of the MCG, where it's been picked up by Crocker. Up towards the half-forward zone for Hodgman to have a go for North Melbourne. He picks up, he goes goalward. It's running into the open goal. Will it go through? It will now, off the boot of Cracker. And North Melbourne consolidate this game now. Not that they want it. They have consolidated a little bit. 1-1-4 play, 104. Back to 10 points in front. Oh, gee, they let Melbourne get very close to them. In fact, Melbourne are still close to them, aren't they? Only 10 points in it, with the time clock ticking around toward the 27-minute mark now of the final term. North Melbourne leading Melbourne by that slender margin of 10 points, but by gee, Melbourne haven't... I'm very, very pleased to say that I'm proud the way Melbourne fought that game right out, because they really gave the crowd a run for their money.
Mightn't be over yet either as Parrish tries to get it. Now it's Robin White. He crashes his way through. That's the determination. Over to Gerard Healy, who's been a good player. Then Nigel Cole. Here they come again. A long kick. Which way will it bounce? The wrong way. And out of bounds. I don't think there'll be a lot of time on Jack, because there haven't been that many goals scored in this quarter.
No, there have been 6 goals scored.
It won't be a lot.
5 goals scored.
We're at the 27.5-minute mark now.
Now we throw in. Melbourne's forward pocket. Moore tries to break away. He does. On the left foot, he's going to snap. It wasn't a good kick, though. Is a chance for Melbourne. With Jarrett, he can't get a kick toward goal. Demetriou can't get it out either. It's on the turf. High tackle too high on Fidge. 10th Fidge, free kick. Chance here, Peter.
It's a free kick to Teddy Fidge, about 30 metres out, slight angle, and if he kicks this, the difference once again will be 4 points. Don't tell me Melbourne can get up and snatch this away from North Melbourne. A vital game for North, Jack, as we well know.
I think that last goal, kicked by Cracker, was the one that sealed the game.
Well, here's the kick by Teddy Fidge. It's a high ball. I think he's kicked it. He has. 4 points the difference. There's the siren, and North Melbourne have fallen in. They've fallen in, and they have won a vital game for them. 17-12. 114, the Melbourne 16-14, 110.
Yes, Peter McKenna summed it up pretty well there, I think. North Melbourne have fallen in 114 to 110, the Kangaroos by 4 points. And so Melbourne losing to North Melbourne twice this year, each occasion by less than a goal. Taking a look at the statistics from the game now, North Melbourne on top in the kicks, marks and handballs, and Melbourne had more frees, hit-outs and also shots at goal. In the goals at the MCG this afternoon, a very small crowd in attendance, just over 10,000, Phil Cracker 4 and Jim Cracker 3. And for Melbourne, John Fidge 6 goals and Teddy Fidge got 3. Let's take a check on the league ladder now with 5 rounds to go. Essendon still on top, even though they were beaten this afternoon. They're still 2 games clear of Footscray, followed by Hawthorn 2 points further away. Likewise Carlton, then on 44, and North Melbourne still in the 5, but 6 points clear of their nearest rivals Collingwood and Geelong, followed by Richmond, Fitzroy, the Swans, Melbourne and St Kilda. Taking a look now at the draw for next week, and it's shaping up as the match of the day out at Windy Hill between Essendon and North Melbourne. North Melbourne, of course, earlier in the year defeated the Bombers by a very large margin. Footscray play Richmond at VFL Park, Carlton play the Swans at Princes Park, Essendon and North Melbourne at Windy Hill, Fitzroy and Collingwood at Victoria Park, Melbourne play Geelong at the MCG, and St Kilda...
Australia's most competitive bank.